Moses Ujani.
Ngiyaphila njani?
Ngiyaphila.
Yeah, namhlanje ngila Kadesh Daycare Preschool. Zo interview principal Phindile wakaKhumalo igama lami Moses. So Mamphindile ngicela ukuthi uzi-introduce.
Sanibonani kubo bonke abazobe babhekelele i-podcast kaMoses. Siyabonga kakhulu ukuthi akwazi ukuthi nathi asi-offerishe le-opportunity yokuthi sikwazi ukuthi sikhulume ngamabhizinisi esiwabambile. Igama lami nguPhindile Khumalo, originally from KZN, but I was born and bred in Alexandra. I moved to Edinburgh 2009. I have been here ever since. So yeah, I'm a mother of 4, but I'm a mother of a nation due to the business that we did.
You're not just a mother.
Not just a mother, yes, I'm a mother of a nation.
Okay, ngiyathemba ukuthi la ekhaya ngikhuluma no-principal wala eKadesh Daycare. So u-principal becela ukuthi asichazele kangcono nge-preschool ayiranayo, i-organization ngibeka kanjani.
Well, Tina Sirana, we are no longer just a what you call it, a crèche. I don't like to use the word a crèche. We are a daycare and a preschool. I will tell you why. A preschool, kids tend to learn and they develop in all ways. They develop physically, mentally and physically. So a crèche or enkulisa mostly day mothers in English. So they will usually just look after the children while the mothers are out there working. So they will just keep them to keep them safe, and umuntu makadlile elala ubuye emsebenzini ngikwazi ukumthatha ke kwakunjalo kuqala, kodwa manje in our generation kulesikhathi thina sesikuso with the development obviously from the Department of Education, they are saying we need to start stimulating abantwana from an early age. So nami, because I grew under abogogo, I tend to understand that we need to be stimulated from a young age. So hence I said to myself, why not give this opportunity to my community?
Okay. Before singena kuma questions ne, preschool Kadesh ne, why establish nini?
We started to have a vision of opening a center, a preschool center, one day to go in preschool. We started in 2018. I was still employed at the time, a very good employment that I was having. I was under the stationery company, but then when I became a mother to my third born child, because with my first 2 kids, I could see the pattern that history was about to repeat itself. So then when I was pregnant with my third one, it came to mind where I was going with these 2 kids that I already have. Because you know what, when you are a mother who is working and you do not have someone who is looking after your child the way you want your child to be looked after, it reminded me, Ukuthi Phindile, you once had a vision and this is what you wanted to see through abantwana bakho. Why then not go back to that vision? Then 2008 I registered a company with a CIPC. Later on, then I went into NPO, non-profit organization. It was 2018. We started operating to open our doors to the community. We opened our doors the 1st of April 2019. And I will tell you why. I gave birth to my child, my third born, the one that made this vision of mine alive. He made it to come alive when I was still pregnant. So I gave birth to my third born son. His name is Nkateko, meaning blessing. So when I gave birth to him, it was the 22nd of of February 2019. Then 2019, the same year, in April, when I had to go back to work because I was on maternity leave, I decided, nah, I couldn't, apart from this child, I couldn't leave him. I said, no, I won't be doing justice to him if I were to do what I did to the previous 2 years. So it started then. The 1st of April 2019, we opened our doors. We are 6 years in running. This is our 7th year.
Senesikhathi eside ngoba abantu abaningi baya-register abantwana e-preschool athi umntana safe lapha e-preschool. So ucela usichazele kangcono ukuthi imaphi ama-challenges ohlangabezana nawo throughout i-journey yokurana i-preschool
and safety. Okay, it's true. When you are a parent and you are looking for a daycare to register your child, you want your child to be within a safe environment. So the first thing that I did obviously was to secure my surroundings, was to build a wall and have a closed gate, because security in the days that we are living in, security is number one. So obviously parents, when they do come in, they want to walk around the school, they want to feel if the premises are safe and secure. Akuna lapho umuntu mhlambe angakhona ukuthi agibela amabonda akwazi ukungena and have access to their kids. So vele safety was our number one priority. We had to have fenced wall around us, even the department says so itself.
So ngoba sinokubona kuno-traffic kwabantwana, ukuthi abantwana baya-traffic bayalahleka, ukuthi umzali uyafika ufuna umntanakhe akekho or umntanakhe sekaphuma ngegate. Sho ukuthi i-security yala ekhaya, it's 100%, no doubt.
Safety, and I can vouch for that. Safety yala ekhaya, 100% on point. To as much as if you are a parent and you come in to say, I want to register my child, you have viewed our premises and you are happy with what you see, and today you make a decision that I'm going to register my child at this center. Good and well, but the relationship starts when the first day you drop off your child. You need to alert us of who is going to pick up and who is going to drop off your child. Are we allowed to give your child to just anyone else that is not registered on our application forms? If no, then we cannot give your child to anyone that we do not know. You need to let us know if within the 3 guardian parents that you have selected, that they will be the one picking up your child for the safety of the child. If it's out of those 3, you need to call us and alert us that I am unable to come and pick up my child, and therefore number 2 and 3, they are also unable, but then I have made arrangement with my brother or my sister to come and pick up my child. Their name is so and so, then we can give the child.
Okay, ukukhula kwakho ngoba uyasho ukuthi no, i-vision bowusebenza before company bowusebenza kiyo, so into eyakwenza ukuthi uye kumsebenzi uqale preschool because bowufila ngathi eqaleni kudala bowufila ngathi umntana akho ngeke bamnakekele ngendlela wena ofisa ngayo. So bowuzi-imagine usakhula ukuthi leli phupho lami leli, one day ngifuna ukuzibona ngoprincipal waseCadesh, one day ngifuna ukuzibona ngirana eyami ibhizinisi, or ngifuna ukuzibona ngirana eyami i-organization.
Well, when I grew up in the rural areas and there were limited career choices. So it's either you are a nurse or a social worker or a teacher. I did not imagine myself becoming a teacher, I can tell you that for sure. I did not. Growing up, no. I always wanted to be a social worker, but it also worked in hand with the children. In one way or another, social workers, they do work with kids, but I didn't want to be a teacher, even with my kids. but yeah, I didn't. I always imagined myself being a caregiver. I can rather put it in that way, being a caregiver, working with kids that are, are underprivileged kids, because I also grew up in such situations where you could tell what people are really struggling. It's a better to just, yeah. Unzima, uyabona ukuthi la
So yini into ekucuzelayo mihla namalanga ukuthi wenze lento oyenzayo every day ukuthi uvuke ekseni uze ekhadeshi umake sure ukuthi yonke into right yini into ekumotivateayo ukuthi wenze lo msebenzi mihla namalanga.
Okay, one thing for sure, Moses, I will tell you, ECD, the early childhood development, there is no money. There is no money. So it's not about money. What fulfills my heart is to know ukuthi nami one day I have given back to my community in means of protecting and caring for the kids that are least cared for out there. When they come in, the smiles that I get from them, when I hug them and kiss them, the love that they give back to me, it's the love that I did not receive when I was young. So I am giving it and I am able to receive it back. So I am in a winning situation.
Okay, njengoba uthi uthanda zange uthole usakhulu ukhule kanjani? Asikhule kanjani?
Okay, I was not
siyafisa ukwazi ngoprincipal wasekhadeshi uphindile wakakhumalo sifuna ukwazi ngcono
Mamela.
Masiletha abantwana sazi
basave. No, I was not in an abused environment when I grew up. I was not. But I was not there because she had to come to Joburg and work for us and send back money at home. Ubaba naye, it was the same story. He was based in Joburg. So that love, ukuthi uvuke ekseni umama akho assure ukuthi mntanami ngikhona ngiyathanda, you are loved, you are appreciated, I hug you, I kiss you. You know, to be told, to be physically and emotionally shown. We value exactly, Moses, exactly. Because you know, you grow up with Ukoko. They will give you everything except Lolo Tando Lolo. Now, I would have a time they do love you, but they just don't know how to show it to you, to show that affection. So Lolo Tando Lolo Angzange Nibenal. Kotwa, here I am today. I am able to receive it and I am able to give it back.
So now umunye umbuzo ukuthi yini into oyithanda kakhulu, yini into oyithanda the most ukusebenza nabantwana ngoba ikhadeshi preschool obviously usebenza nabantwana, yini into oyithanda nabantwana?
The thing that I love the most is abantwana Moses, they forgive easily. They do not hold a grudge. They do not know ukuthi ungikwatisile and I'm not gonna talk to you for 3 days. Yes. They forgive easily. It's their innocence. They are so pure. Abantwana shem. That it melts my heart. Ungathi nawe uthi no, don't do that.
Yeah.
2 seconds they're doing it and they say sorry teacher. You can shout and say you mustn't do 1, 2, 3 and you are like To them it's like, what is wrong with this woman? Can't you see I'm just exploring myself here? They do not get close. They do not get angry. You reprimand them now. The very same next minute they come to you for comfort. Back to normal. If it was between me and you, Moses uyanyathela isukile baba. And asikhulumisani for the next 3 days. I would rather have kids in my Monday to Sunday from 6 to 6 than dealing with adults.
So ama challenges ohlangabezane nawo throughout journey yokuvula preschool.
Let us not start. The challenges masesesikhuluma iqiniso. Ama challenges they come from our department, our government. We are not getting enough support from them, especially us who are in the locations. I don't know, maybe it's me only, but I'm in a forum. So when you are in a forum, so you are in a group of other same business people who are there. So when we discuss those issues, I find out I'm not the only one who is struggling in terms of our social services, the visibility of government coming in and supporting you when there is funding do not come to us. We had COVID, we suffered through COVID, but almost every sector got paid except the ECD. Every sector was compensated due to COVID, but early childhood was not compensated. Even till today, we are still fighting for the government to subsidize each and every child, because whether I am registered or not registered, It doesn't matter of the place that I am in. The child that is in my care does not differ from the child who is sitting in the suburb. They need to be cared for. They need to be given the love. It's not their problem that they grew up in a location and the other one grew up in a suburb area. It is not their fault. So why must we disadvantage our kids? If the government is paying, let them pay everyone, because you are paying a child, not paying a center, not paying the organization. We are fighting for the child here. And yet they tell us bana pili. But the very same government is not putting those children first.
Shukuthi ungasho ukuthi esikhwameni sakho uyadlenga kahle kahle nokudlela esikhwameni sakho kusho ukuthi yazi ukubona manje sengiye all out nasendlini angisakhona ukuthengisa.
Moses indaba yokuthi you get to even dig from your pocket.
Yeah.
Igcina isixabanisa nabantu esibashadile, because I myself, I am a married woman. I have a husband who is the father of the 4 children that I have. Because I cannot say abantwana bami bangabi noshukela.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I have a husband who can maintain and support me.
Now ubheke yena endlini.
Exactly. So I will end up asking him, 200 lapho ngikwazi ukuthenga ushukela. And yet, the same week, endlini besinganama weeks for the kids. He must just make means. He's ubaba, not ubaba to the only 4 kids that I have with him, but ubaba to all the other kids that I have taken into my care. So.
Okay, as ngibuza omunye umbuzo la ukuthi umuntu othanda uqala ijourney yokuvula i-preschool i-non-profit organization ungam-advise uthini?
People like to say it's difficult. Kwa ECD, it's not that difficult. Indlela iyahambeka as long as you have the love. Because obviously you are not, when you plant a tree, you are not going to enjoy those fruits in the very same year. It will run about 2 years to 3 years before you can enjoy those fruits. It's a journey, but a journey ehambekayo. I trust in God. I put God in everything. I say if it was His will, He will let it be done. Aye, but no weapon formed against me shall prosper. I'm the living proof. As long as you make your research, you are researching the ofunu. If there's market, if you can see you can strive in this, you can go ahead, open an ECD.
Okay, so ungasho ukuthi staff onaso head ngasona.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at our art wall corner. I'm happy, man. We are a winning team. Leave it. Leave it, my friend.
Ushuthi staff sakho every day ngabashiya nje inyanga yonke usho ukuthi
Moses, forget the stuff that I have here. Yeah. I have opened, because of the stuff that I have here, I have managed to leave them here and go run another center in another area. Uyabona ukuthi ukubathemba kwami la kwenze mina ukuthi ngibe nawo amandla ukuthi ngisukume ngihambe ngiyofuna omunye umsebenzi ngaphandle.
Shukuthi ungasho ukuthi uba train baze baba we kahle kahle.
Can I call them? Let God testify on their behalf, because it's not me. I trust them 100%. Okay. They are the wheels of this.
So unabantwana bayi-4 manje na?
Yes, biologically 4. Biologically 4, right? And I'm looking after my 2 sisters' children. So endlini nabantwana bayi-6.
Nabantwana bayi-6 kahle kahle ngoba khona abanye banakekela. So abantwana bakho uyafisa ukuthi one day barane preschool.
I will tell you, out of the 6 kids, I will tell you of the 2 that I know, they won't.
Yeah.
Because they are not like their mother. and it's sad because it's the both girls. It's my firstborn daughter girl and my sister's firstborn daughter girl. They
a great preschool teacher.
You must just trust your staff and lead by example. themba abantu osebenzisana nabo uphinde futhi ubaphe ithuba lokuthi nabo bakwazi ukuziveza ukuziprova ukuthi they can do it.
So i-team strong uyibuilda kanjani? Njengokuthi sithi angazi nami ngifuna ukuvula i-preschool manje ngifuna ukuba ne-team strong efana neyakho nami engizoyiqhenya ngayo ngelinye ilanga ukusho ukuthi no yazi la ngine-team strong ngiyayithemba le team engisebenzisana nayo.
You've just said it, it's trust. You need to trust abantu obacelile uNkulunkulu. You need to trust them. Ukuthi uNkulunkulu has given you the right stuff, but also i-training siyaqabana hayi ukuthi it's all roses and you know we do fight, but we fight in a way yokuthi siyakhulisana siyakhana. But training, you train your staff, you train people out, even with the children, kids, you train them.
So yazi uyazi ukuthi mawuqala into njengoba wayiqala i-preschool namhlanje i-preschool yakho i-successful ne unabantu abanokugxeka basho ukuthi hayi sifuna ukubona ukuthi i-preschool yakhe izophelela kuphi ba like izinto ezifana nalezo uzi-overcome kanjani?
Moses, negativity will always be there. Whether you're doing good or you're doing bad, people will always talk. People will forever talk. Noma ngabe uyavuka awenzi lutho, you are on drugs, you're not on drugs, people will talk. When you just close your ears, you know the end goal. Yes, that's all. Because they will drag you down. If you listen to what people are saying, you will never succeed. They will drag you down with you. Now what I have taught myself is I will never lower my standards to the person of Funukuba Pants. I won't drag my name because of umuntu. Never, I won't.
So each journey in preschool throughout the years, njengoba usho ukuthi manje sone experience enough na 6 years. Yini into ekufundisa yona?
Each is to be patient. To be patient, and yes, you pray and wait for God to answer. Like I see KDC, when we cut it from Kadesh Daycare to school. Abantwana bethu abancane ne into engingabafundisa yona. Yazi ukuthi sesibatshelile kakhulu futhi ukuthi they must go to school ne.
Yes.
I think nabo bayazi ukuthi makungathiwa ngicela unikeze umntwana i-word of wisdom lapho. Bazothi kuthiwa hey, you must go to school, study. They already know they need to study, and I think we are coming okay with that part. But mina into engayicela ku-youth or into engaba-advise kuyona ukuthi bazithande, bazihloniphe. Abantwana abanamhlanje they don't respect themselves, and if you don't respect yourself, who do you think will respect you in the next years? No one will respect you if you don't respect yourself.
Okay, so i-message ungayinikeza abazali ekhaya as i-KDC ama-parents, i-message ungayinikeza ama-future educators? Kubazali, I would say let's listen to our children. They might not be able to speak it out, articulate it in words, but their actions are talking. Listen, look at your child's behavior, look at their pattern. You will be able to track ukuthi umntana usahamba ngendlela or seka offering. But even us as parents, we are so busy with chaos yala emhlabeni, we forget the very one thing that God asked us to do. He said, let parents be gods of these children as He is entrusting us. We have forgotten. Yes, we are failing them on that department. So that is why because Tina Bazar, we have forgotten. So how will the child going to respect me if I don't respect myself? Okay, mbuzo wokugcina ke before sivala ne. Abantwana abaningi bane allergy. So ukuthi umntwana makadla into ethile uba ne allergy. ingabe ukhona ama-challenges eninahlangabezana nawo la e-preschools afana nalawo na, or ingabe kukhona ama-forms abazali enibanikeza wona ukuthi bawafile in ukuthi bazi ukuthi nazi e-KDC ukuthi umntwana onje akadli into enje, umntwana onje akadli into enje, ukuthi sazi ukuthi une-special food for yena.
Yeah, no. Formally, yes, we do have on our application form, ne, ukuthi as a parent also enrolla umntwana e-KDC kwi-Kadesh daycare, I need to know my child first before I can hand over my child to a stranger. Ne? So the stranger, obviously she's a stranger, she doesn't know what my child is allergic to. So I as a parent need to inform the school that please do take care of my child, but my child unama challenges 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a column where you need to list all the things that your child is allergic to, yes, and what are the precautions that we need to take as a school. And if it does happen, also tell us what is the next step for us to do to prevent it. But obviously if it's food allergies, then it's better. But there are health allergies that we are not so much in control of. But if you tell us in advance, we know how to prepare ourselves when it does happen, how to act when it does, okay. But when it's food allergies, not so bad. We do have kids who don't eat fish. We do have kids who don't even eat amas. Do you know? There are kids who can't stomach
amas
milk. There are kids who can't take milk.
Oh, ibangela eczema.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So as long as you tell us, then we will make sure when it's Lisakanya's 10 and we are eating amasi today, Lisakanya, we must cook separate food for Lisakanya.
Okay. So yazi ebantwaneni enibafundisa la preschool kunabantwana abafaki, kunabantwana abangabambi kahle, kunabantwana aba-catch up fast. So nidila kanjani nalawo situation afana nalawo, and makuyisikhathi sokuthi lo mntana lo kumele aphume aye esikoleni, ukuthi ningabe lo mntana lo niyavuma ukuthi niyamkhipha ukuthi angaye esikoleni well angakabi prepared ukuthi angaye esikoleni?
Okay, iga-2 the question yakho. Iga-2, there are kids who are behind because of indlela abakhula ngayo, they are disadvantaged in learning. Lapho, then we get professionals to come and assist. So those professionals, we get them from Polar Park. I'm a specialist, so they come and assess a child and see what are the challenges ezimenzayo ukuthi yena angakhoni ukufana nomntwana oyi-4-year-old. Their brain is not developing like umntwana oyi-4-year-old or a 5-year-old, because we stimulate them in the same way. So why is this one not reacting as the other 5? Then that is where we get the professional to come in and assess. When they do come to assess, we don't isolate and say assess only because this one. You don't want to make a child feel there is something wrong, because kids, they do sense, they can tell if there's something wrong. If you immediately isolate all one, they know, and they start making their own assumptions and they start talking. So you don't want to make another child feel then the child will be uncomfortable. So when they come to assess, they assess all of them in an open, so that when we are playing, they know, oh okay, that's in a problem, that's in a thing, that is in a professional level. But there are kids not too good because I got developing. It's just because I'm just gonna take a back seat. There are those, but iskati masiya. We are realize, oh, I'm in a learning environment. I need to catch up. I need, when they are doing and when they are jumping, when they are saying, when we are playing with paint, when we are busy with amanzi, we are actually learning. We are not just being playing and being bored. Let me participate. Let me come and get involved. Then that is umntwana problem, Lord. It's just because
so umntwana tisithi umntwana ngiyambona ukuthi umntwana une problem mentally ngoba kuthiwa angazi ukuthi maybe ngendlela right na ukuthi kunabantwana abathathele kude abangakhona ukubamba. So lo mntwana lo makufika isikhathi sokuthi kumele aphume preschools, ingabe khona iletter enibhalayo for esikolweni ukuthi makafika esikolweni nazi bazi esikolweni ukuthi no umntwana onje unenkinga or abazali niyabazisa ukuthi umntwana onje une problem, ningamangali esikolweni mabamjikisa bathi kumele abuyele preschool.
Mamela, so in that department thina as ama daycare asikwazi ukuthi singa write a letter because we are not trained for that, we are not qualified for that. Hence I've said we do source our professionals to come in and assist us in writing such letters. And it's nicer, you know, if all the parents can understand early childhood development. At least if umntwana esasena 3 ngithatha umfake crash, so that if there's any challenges in them developing, it can be spotted on time. But most parents babaletha abantwana sele ku grade R because useye esikolweni.
Umntwana graduate.
Umntwana kanti kudala vele nama challenges kwabona, but now we can't spot them because we are only baba register no March. We are only left with 6 months. Because when it starts saying October, November, says you are prepared. So we are no longer into lessons that much. But if umzali engazitshela ukuthi ngihambisa umntana wami e daycare center and a preschool center, because makule 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, then we can say, hey, okay, maybe magana 3 they were just being babies. But when they are 4, then the child who is 4 can still be behaving like umntwana 3. And then we start into, you know, first you need to start talking to the parent and invite them. Let's have a seat, come, let's sit down, let's chat. Do you understand? Do you know your child? Yes or no? Some are in denial, of course. They will say no. Then it's okay. We're not going to force. And then Tina as a school, because umthetho uthi wena wathula wathini, then that is when we call in help to come in and help us. And then they write you a letter, and that letter, it is legally binding because I have identified a problem and I have called in help that is professionally to say your child is lacking on 1, 2. Please do act on it. They even advise you, you can take your child to 1, 2, 3, 4 organizations that are free, government organizations. You do not need to pay a cent. But if you are failing on that, I as a preschool teacher, I can get you arrested. I can call the social workers on you because that means you are negligent to your child.
To your child, yes.
I can get you into trouble. But I haven't had that problem. But it's just for parents to know. We do see things, we do look out for such things, and there is help. If in that case a parent says, yes, I do see a problem, then we seek help, and then but if it is severe, because amanyama cases when it comes to mental health, they are severe, and there are others that are mild. If it's controllable, we are ordinary schools like any other schools. But if it's severe, then they write you a letter that you take your child to a particular special school.
Okay, so any ukuthi abazali bahlala ba-complain every day ukuthi umntana ufika endlini anama bruises, umntana sinini ufika omunye umntwana umhwebhile umscratchile. So how do you handle ama situations afana nala?
Well, number 1, if there's an incident that happens in school, you need to jot it down. There's an incident report, you need to jot it down. Number 2, you do not say upindile scratched Moses. You say child A scratched child B. You send it to umama that child B. This is what we dealt with today. But does it need health care, or it is something that is manageable? Yeah. If it's something that is manageable, we apologize, and we also communicate with the parent of child A and say, look, your child did 1, 2, 3 to child B. Please just discipline your child. So sometimes it's nails. We don't cut their nails. And you know, kids, this toy has been there for the whole day. So now child A sees an interest to that toy and they reach out for that toy. Because I have seen it, you also now see it, then you know, at the same time they all now want to grab, because abantwana banalento vele ukuthi into yakho nami yami. If you see it, I also see it and I want it. But
bafuna ukuyithatha bonke
at the same time, that is the only problem nje abantwana. Once umuntu angapay attention to that thing, all of us sesikule yanto and yonke ibonwe yimi qala, nawe ubona qala nami ngibona qala nawe ubona qala, so sonke sesiyayilwela. That is
wonke umuntu sekafuna ukuyi-owner.
Exactly, it's mine and I own it and you understand. So then they end up kuba nalawo mafight, but we try nathi ukuthi sibafundise ukuthi they need to resolve issues. We give time, 2 minutes you uyayibamba, 2 minutes nomunye uyayibamba, so that they learn ukuthi siyabolelisana and there are responsibilities, siyakwazi ukuthi sincedane ngithoy beyi-1 sonke siyashare.
So ingabe unayo problem yabantwana ababhuli la e-preschools? Because in most cases kunabantwana ababhuli uzibantwana ushayile. Tell ukuthi abantwana abaningi bazocomplaina ngomntwana oyi-1 years.
You know what, with me personally, this is just me on my personal level. The word bully, we are taking it out of context sometimes, as abazali, as a community. A 5-year-old knows nothing about bully.
Yes.
But we are so, the word, Mina, what I normally say is, this one has a strong character to this one. So what I would normally say, because you are strong, then you borrow the weak one, and then you hug the weak one.
Okay.
So in terms of teaching the person what we can share, you borrow because this one is lacking. Yes. You are strong. So you praise them in a way that they feel good. Oh, okay. So actually, I'm not doing a bad thing, because you don't want now a child also cooler with that thing. I was once told I was once told you are bully. Why are you doing that? You are yourself installing that thing. So that is why I'm saying you are just strong. You are strong. So why not borrow him? Because he can't. So we make it look like, oh, okay, so I can actually help this one because he can't. Yeah, and then because you are strong, why don't you give him a hug? Come hug a friend, let's hug it out. It's done. Instead of labeling abantwana at a young age. In my center, I won't say I have a bully. No, so we are just strong.
Yes, ama-situations wala suka khona emakhaya afani. Kunabantwana ukuthi umntwana ugcoka i-label every day, omunye akagcoki i-label. So ingabe ikhona lento leyo ukuthi abantwana banokuxhumelana ukuthi hey mina ngigcoke i-label, wena awugcokanga i-label. Ingabe ikhona into engena hlangabezana nama-situations afana nalawo, and mangena hlangabezana nawo nidile nawo kanjani?
Number one, what I have taught the person that I have been with for longest, is that when you see a child wearing something that is beautiful in your eyes, you love it, you want to appreciate it, do not appreciate it in front of the other kids. Because by you praising the one that is wearing the fancy clothes, what are you saying to me? Because you are sitting there busy admiring the one child. Yeah. What about me? I'm not important.
I'm not important. Yeah.
So when they come in, you hug all of them, you greet all of them the same way. We do not praise. We do not say, oh, you are dressed. They are all beautiful. They are all dressed smart. And I do not put emphasis on having a school uniform. Yes, we do have school uniform, and I know it cuts all these zindonizes related to this question. Yes. It puts you at ease. But let us be the one who are the leaders to these kids. Let them know your attire does not say ukuthi umuntu onjani. Your heart will determine ukuthi uzoba umuntu onjani. So we do not praise abantwana bethu ukuthi you are just smart. So therefore for them they don't see, they don't know ukuthi ubani ubani. Because abantwana, remember, they learn by seeing what we do. So if we don't do it, they don't know.
So I will show Makaya mafuna ukuregister abantwana babo KDC utholakala kuphi and unama branch ayingakhi. Contact now my social media platform, now WhatsApp, una iPhone, una website.
Ngiyafela ngoba mina yazini I'm technically disadvantaged, but with the help of Sisonke, correct me, Sisonke photography, owned by Moses. I now have a website for Kadesh Daycare. Ooh. We have a website. We have a QR code, very important. You know, I didn't know, thank you. It makes life easy. I gained 2 parents. Because of the 2 parents, I gained 2 parents. So we've got a website, we've got a QR code. Yes, we do have an email. We do have a WhatsApp. We do have phone calls where you can call in, and obviously a walk-in. But Hashem, QR code, I give it, I give it. Okay, I know it's the best, Baba, I'm telling you. Social media is winning. We have a Facebook page. We've recently opened a TikTok account. Yeah. I'm not good with social, so I have a younger teacher. She's live on those things. Like you advised me, hire someone who can run these things. So I did listen. So we've got 2 branches. We've got this one. I always say this is the motherboard. This is the teddy bear. This is the big mama. May the Lord bless this place. She has given birth to a child. I don't know, is it a boy or a girl? I was not decided. So she has given birth to a first child.
Oh, other.
Yeah, others are still coming. Oh, yeah, Cosbella Ben. Let us not forget the rainbow.
Yes.
Oh, Moses man. Yeah, so we've got another branch, Sky City. It's live, it's running. We have received the blessings. The community is receiving us very well, so yeah, we are happy. We've opened our gates.
Sky City
Extension 9. Sky City Extension 9, just behind ShopRite. We are on socials. Yeah, all socials are available. Umozisi must still come and do the website and the QR code. Okay, so that other one, it's Kadesh. Kadesh will forever be there. So it's Kadesh Oasis Academy.
Okay. No, sibonga kakhulu uku-interview ngiyabonga nokuthi isikhathi sakho usitshela kabanzi ngeCadesh Daycare, uchazela abazali ngoba abazali bayaregister abantwana kodwa abazi ukuthi umntwana bafike bamdrop nje like kodwa behind that aba-understand ukuthi kenzakalani, at least bazoba ne-clue ukuthi mabaletha abantwana kenzakalani epreschool.
Thank you. And we do appreciate the support your community as Eden Park at large. They received us from the get-go. The very first day when we did our advertisement from the back, I think the 2 parents were so crazy. They said to me when they walked in, they said, we were just driving past and we saw that you've just written you are opening an ECD, and they said jumped off. We came straight and they were the first 2 to register. Siyabonga thina kakhulu Moses. Thank you. Ningasikhohlwa. Peace.